Hello everybody, I'm Kurt. Welcome to my next Let's Play. It was going to be of Telltale's Back to the Future, the game. This was released in 2010, 2011. I've heard conflicting things about it. I'm thinking it was probably most likely 2011. But this came out for like the 25th anniversary of Back to the Future. Was released by Telltale for the PC, and PlayStation 3 and Wii. I know those for sure. I'm playing the PC port, because that's what I've got. And Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's a nearly perfect movie. Because I have watched it so many times, I can quote pretty much every single line of the movie. I also like the sequels. I don't think they're as good as the first one, but I still like them a lot. And I used to play the demo of this game on my iPad back when I first got an iPad, around 2013. I used to play the demo a lot, because this is actually a 5-episode game. Telltale would split their games into episodes. And it's a 5-episode game. And the demo was just episode 1, so I played the demo a lot. And then recently I got the full game, and I played the whole thing just so that I would know what to do for the Let's Play. And it's a great game. It takes place a year after the events of the third film. So it's kind of like a fourth part to the series. So if you haven't seen the actual trilogy, you should watch that before watching this Let's Play. Because it will make this more enjoyable, I think. Now, a few things to state before I actually begin this. Number one, I have a cough. So I might be clearing my throat a couple times. I'm going to try to put the mic up whenever I have to cough. I've got cough drops handy here in case it gets really bad. And that's all you need to know about that. Number two, this game is pretty buggy. With a lot of things that they never actually patched out. So be aware of that the game is pretty buggy, which is a shame about it. Another thing is this game is so powerful that it will make some lag frames in the recording. I've tried everything I can to avoid that. I'm recording like on the, I don't know, lowest encoding or whatever it's called, just to make it happen less, but it still will happen sometimes. It's just that big of a game, and I don't usually play games that are this powerful on my channel. So just be aware of that. There will be lag frames every once in a while. Number three, I have a mod installed. For those who don't know, Christopher Lloyd actually was reprised, however you pronounce it, reprised his role as Doc Brown in this game. Because he's the guy who played him in the original movies. But in 2015, for the 30th anniversary, they actually released a new version of this game for the PS4, where they got Tom Wilson to reprise his role as Biff Tannen, because he didn't actually voice Biff Tannen in the initial version of this game. But the thing is, they didn't actually patch that onto the PC release. But I downloaded this mod that allows it. Unfortunately, since the timing of the lines is different in the PC version, there will be times where his lines get cut off, and there's really nothing I can do about it. Which made me debate whether I should actually use the mod while doing my Let's Play. But I figured you guys would actually rather hear Tom Wilson voice Biff than the guy who voiced him in the initial version of the game. I thought you guys would appreciate that more, so I think you guys can put up with a few times where the lines are going to get clipped off. But without further ado, because I've been talking for nearly 5 minutes now, without even playing the game, I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. I love this little cursor, too, where it looks like the little flux capacitor. It's really cute. So let's begin. I've played this game already. I know most of the goals since I still remember how to play. So I'm gonna hit no this time. So let's begin. Here we go. Alright, here we go.
Alright, I'm ready.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good evening.
There's this flashback to the first time travel experiment from the first film. It's just a flashback. It's not. We're not actually playing through the events of the first movie.
Come on, Heine. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on.
And yes, like I said earlier,
Whoa, okay.
that is Christopher Lloyd voicing Doc Brown. It's not Michael J. Fox voicing Marty, but it sounds so much like him that you probably wouldn't know unless somebody told you.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
They did a really good job with most of the voice acting in this. I really just love it. It's really nice. I'm sorry, there isn't much to say during cutscenes. This is more of a point-and-click game. It's different from most of the games I play on this channel, though you also had to sit through Harvest Moon if you watch that Let's Play. Oh yeah, there's also cussing in this game, so, if you don't like that, you might want to turn this off right now, but... Because I know most of the games I've played on here don't have cussing. In fact, I think this might be the first game I've played on this channel that's cussing, but... If that bothers you, you won't want to watch this. Oh yeah, you can change Marty's dialogue up here. I'm gonna go ahead and select the actual dialogue from the movie. Just because I think anything else from that sounds weird.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
I could literally quote this entire scene since the dialogue's straight from the movie. But I'm not going to, because that will annoy you guys.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into
Once again, I'm going to select the dialogue from the movie.
Precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc.
Okay.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
And if you know the movie, you know the car was supposed to reappear right there, and it didn't.
Doc?
Oh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Alright, so here we go. We're doing some gameplay. You can walk, you can hold the shift key to run, or walk faster in smaller areas. But we want to go and get the notebook out of the toolbox, so...
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see.
You can select any of these. It shows that Marty is aware that, this isn't the way events are supposed to happen, because he knows what's supposed to happen already. But I'm going to go ahead and select this.
Doc, something's way off here. Doc?
Look at this, I like this. The Twin Pines Mall changes into Lone Pine Mall.
Scott.
It's just a nice little thing. If you actually have seen the movies, a lot of times you get these little references.
Doc! No!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc! Doc!
See, he's just having a dream. I know I'm being spoiler. I mean, I'm being a, what's it called, Captain Obvious or whatever.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom.
But there isn't much to talk about when there's just a lot of
Nightmare.
cutscenes in the beginning of the
In
game.
the past, Doc was there.
But you'll notice there's a few foreshadowing things in here. Well,
you're
that's
safe
the
and
photo
sound
from
now.
the third film.
Back in good old 1980.
But you'll see, like, some of these movie posters on the wall are
You'd better get up. Your father's waiting.
foreshadowing for things that'll happen later.
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap, I'm late.
First time I played this, I thought I was gonna start playing Power of Love after he said I'm late. But anyway, Back to the Future, the game! I like this little loading screen with the flux capacitor as well. Here's Doc's lab, or garage, or whatever. Well, technically he lived in his garage since his house burned down. They explained why in the comics that came out a few years ago. Why his house burned down. I recommend reading those. Very good, expanded universe kind of stuff, I think. And I totally buy that those comics are canon. Did a very good job of them. They also adapted this game into a comic book at one point. Which, if you don't like playing games or watching me play games, you could check out the comic book version of this story. It's called Back to Teacher Citizen Brown, I believe. But anyway.
Dad, are we too late to stop the sale?
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc's stuff. The city has no right to.
Now, son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. At least things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty.
And yes, that's Tom Wilson voicing
Hi
since
there.
I have the mod installed.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just remembering.
So you can look around his lab. You remember this from the first film, the little dog feeder can opener
Hey, let
thing.
me-
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very
Or at least I
emotional
assume you
time
remember
for
it
him.
from the
Oh,
from the
sure.
movie,
Sorry, Marty.
if you've seen the movies enough times. You can see it still works and everything. It's pretty cool. But the thing we have to worry about right now, our first quest in this game, we have to go over here. Click on this model of the courthouse.
Doc built this model of downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
You can... I'll just click on it.
You
It
know
doesn't
my
matter.
folks go way back.
Yeah? So?
So how about letting me have that model courthouse for old time's sake?
I think I'll keep it.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, looky looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your
Flux
business.
catheter.
Doc
I
has
love
food.
that
Sounds
line.
worm food, kid. But this looks like
That's
it might be
funny.
worth something.
What's a flux catheter? So now we gotta try to get it from Biff.
Hey, Biff. It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so.
I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc.
Doc's dead. Time to get over it and move on.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
I like that one too. But anyway, he's not gonna give it to you no matter
never
what you
mind.
select here. So we gotta find some other way to get it from him. So if we go over here, these controls are a bit wonky too, and I'm not used to left-handed movement. But we can grab Marty's guitar here.
Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
But if we go over here, we can... Because if you remember... Hold on a second. If you remember the amplifier, which knocked Marty back from the
Took me
first
forever
film...
to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies.
You can... We're going to try to trick Biff with this so that he'll get blown back.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, it's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's.
Now, Biff. I
But,
think that's Marty's guitar.
your dad will keep
Oh,
trying to...
Gosh, you're right, Mr. McFly. Oh, here you go, Marty. Let's hear a few licks.
Marty's dad will keep trying to
Wow,
stop
that
Biff.
was sizzling hot, like a melting ice cube.
So now we gotta tell Dad not to stop Biff.
Hey, Dad. I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know.
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son, but the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
About Biff, Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way, but you know where to find me.
Okay. So you can... Now that we've told him that,
I'll keep looking around.
we
Thanks,
can
Dad.
actually trick Biff with the guitar. Oh, and I can't forget, you also have to turn up the amplifier controls.
Let's make some noise.
Because it has to be loud in order for it to knock Biff back like that. Alright. Now you can try it again, and this
Now,
time
something
it'll
your
work
kids
on
are
Biff.
really gonna like.
Thanks for warming him up for me, Butthead. Now watch me blow the lid off.
Whatever you say.
Here we go. You're gonna love this.
Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
Funny Biff. There's Doc's notebook.
Doc, where are you?
And look, it's the DeLorean. DeLorean's back.